All right, everybody, welcome to the call today. This is Scott Pierce at Listing Leads, and we're going to go over database mastery. We got some amazing stuff for you today. I think you're going to absolutely love it. And real quickly, before we get into the stuff for today, just so you know, Listing Leads has automated buyer and seller email campaigns that are in the system. All the buyer leads, all the seller leads you're generating can be set up on email campaigns. You can also send them to your CRM. If you've got a CRM, KV Core, Lofty are some popular ones that a lot of people send leads to, Follow Up Boss, pretty much any CRM you have, the leads can go there, automatically set up a follow-up plan and get to work for you. Get with our support team if you need that help. We also have 100 plus email blasts. So all the listings, PDF guide, landing pages, and more. And we actually are creating more every month. And we're trying to get it to every week so that you're going to get custom, time-sensitive, editable email that you can share with your database. We've also got AI text follow-up. That's half off through October. You'll see a banner in your account and Listing Leads. And I'm pretty good. You've got to run leads through it. I feel like it's coming in at about a 10% connect rate. You got to generate leads. So if you're not going to generate at least, I would say, 50 leads a week, then it's probably not worth it. But if you can, you got to spend the money to get the leads through to get the conversations happening. And the cool thing is all the medium and long-term leads are still there for you. So this is just trying to pick the cream off the crop as they come in. And I'm seeing conversations happening. I'm seeing connections being made with agents. Half off through October. Love to see you try it. Love to see you get some success. We've also got text follow-up blasts coming soon. So a 10-digit text code or 10-digit number that will work similar to email, but as a text follow-up as part of a campaign or a blast. And you can also create social media or take your database and upload it into Listing Leads as a custom audience. Custom audiences can always be hit or miss because if the data doesn't match up great with Facebook, then the audience may not be great. But it's definitely something I would recommend people to try. So you could buy, for example, a list of all the homeowners in your farm from a company like My Plus Leads or RedX or Prospect Boss, upload it into Listing Leads, create that custom audience. And in particular, the seller leads in there, but also the buyer leads are great to target. Now, this call today, we're going to focus on 5 emails I don't think any of you have ever seen in Listing Leads. We got an email to send to your seller leads, and the title of that is called Rates Lowered, More Buyers, Time for Sellers. All of these emails are and should be edited to fit your local market because you obviously wouldn't send those top 2 emails to all of your leads because they're a little bit contradictory. And every market can be either weighted more towards the seller's favor or more of a buyer's market. So you may use both of those emails, send one to your seller leads, one to your buyer leads. You may only use one of them and you will likely just edit. And we'll walk through that today in today's call. The second email is buyer leads, rates lowered, more affordable homes, time for buyers. I'm going to walk you through the expired listing email because we have a new 26-page expired listing marketing program that I'll show you. So if you've got expireds that you are trying to target, this email will rock your world. I'm going to do 2 emails for you. Then with the listing presentation buyer leads, if you've got a listing presentation coming up, I can show you how to add that to Listing Leads to not only create the custom 26-page 100-point home marketing plan, so that when you're in that listing presentation, you can show that off to the homeowner. You'll get the listing. But we also create an email that you can send to your buyer leads or send to all your leads before the listing presentation, build up a little bit of a pre-interest list so that when you're talking to the homeowner, if it's appropriate, you could say, yeah, I sent this email to my database and I got 7 people that are interested in learning more about your home if I actually list it. And you can obviously phrase that as needed. So that's another great email we're going to walk through. And the email, the top interesting dates in October just dropped, and that is now in your account. And that's just a fun email. I'll be showing that to you today, and you'll see what that looks like. So go to listingtoleads.com, log into your account. If you're not a client, sign up for a free trial. Everything we're going to do here can be done during your free trial. If you are an agent under a broker or a lender account, let our support team know if you need help. And obviously, if you're a regular client, go with our support team. First things first, I want you to do this. In the top right, there is an icon called Customize Dashboard. I want you to click on that, and I want you to check where it says Recommended Email Blast. Right there, Recommended Email Blasts. Towards the bottom, it's 5 up, 4 up from the bottom. Check it. And then you'll get a little tab over here. You can move it around up and down the middle column. And I'll move mine up below pending listings, because every week I'm going to market an active listing, minor borrowed. So I want that right there. Right below that, we're going to be marketing a pending or sold listing every week. So I got that in the second place. And then the email blast, I want to make sure that I see those, because we're going to be dropping, whether it's 1 or 2 a week or 3 or 4 a month, but we're going to be regularly dropping customized email blasts that are time sensitive based on national, international events that are shaping and influencing the housing market for both buyers and sellers. So I really want you to get that on your dashboard. And when you do that, it will look like this. So now I got my ads along the top and getting a refresh. That's going to look so good. New update coming there. Active listings, like I said, right, every week I'm going to market a listing, minor borrowed. Pending and sold, right below that. Again, minor borrowed every week. So we got my database email blasts. And you're going to see, I just mentioned a couple, 10 interesting dates in October, rates lowered, more affordable homes, time to buy. And then you got rates lowered, more buyers. And so let me show you that email. I want you to see how that looks. So here's that email, rates lowered, more buyers, time for sellers. And so you can send this out via your CRM. You can send it out from Listings to Leads. It's already created for you. It's got graphic. It's got your Listings to Leads signature at the bottom. And you can see here's the email text. And what we're doing is we're letting the homeowners know that because rates were lowered, more buyers are expected to come into the market because now homes are a little bit more affordable for them. And so before everybody else starts trying to list their home for sale in the coming months, get ahead of that, right? Let's list your home right now so we can take advantage of the new buyers that are now, they've been looking for the last year or two. They've been, they haven't been able to buy something because the rates were just too high. So there's this pent up buyer demand potentially in your market. Now that the rates are lowered, it could be a great time to list your property. And so we're going to offer them access to our 100% home marketing plan for them to get a current home value estimate and our PDM guide, the ultimate guide to selling your home. All of this is in your Listings to Leads account. You don't need to worry about any of that because it's all connected. It's all set up. It's all branded to you. Got your logo, your picture, your colors. It looks amazing. People click that image. The landing page will come up. And here you can see they can download your 100% home marketing plan. They can get a home value estimate. And then this is your agent website from Listings to Leads. If you've never seen it, welcome. It's designed to get sellers engaged. It's designed to get buyers engaged. And I think when you look at it, you'll absolutely get it. You can customize this. You can add sections to it. You could add a client review video if you've got one to this website. Customize the domain. You can see all the guides right there. So where we can get homeowners to this with that offer, we're going to get more listings. All right. Here's the second one, rates lowered, more affordable homes, time to buy. So let me show you how they all work. They all work the same way. You'll see it'll probably say draft unless you've already used it. And I can edit. I can copy. There's really no need to copy. But let's click on edit. That's going to take us to the email itself. And so you can see here, it's sitting in the editor. And this is where I want you to read through it. Make sure it's appropriate for your area. If you're not quite sure, maybe talk to your broker, talk to your lender, make sure you're good to go for your area. I guess we've got a nice little table down here. Super simple, super easy. We got the link to your PDF guide in here for this email. If you're good with it, what I always recommend, there's a send test email button here, and your email should pre-populate. Click send and go to your email. Let me actually grab it. Oh, I just saw the webinar and I see a lot of people who have joined us since we started. Welcome everybody. We are recording this. We'll be on our YouTube channel. And let me grab that email so you can see how this looks. Look at that. Right. So this is going to be for our buyers. And I believe it says that right in there. We'll look at it. Well, look at that. Sending this to your buyers, the ultimate guide to buying a home. People click it. It goes to, and it just downloads. So it'll download, and then you will get the notification that they clicked the link and downloaded that file. That's your time to call them up. All right. Your time to call them up. So for the seller leads, and they may just reply back to you. They may reply back and say, oh yeah, we were looking a year and a half ago and the rates are too high. What is it looking like now? Maybe talk to your lender so that you can pass these people off as they're coming in to your lender, and to make sure that you're passing that information back and forth to create a great relationship, to create a great experience for your buyers. You got the email. Yeah, and you can see your right time to buy. Obviously, that's going to be for the buyers. You can go back to the dashboard, or I can sit right here and you can see all those emails are right here as well. Excuse me. There's 10 interesting dates. And so this one is a fun one. So this is just meant to be interesting. And you can see what we did is we grabbed 10 interesting dates in October. So yesterday, or is it today? October 1st? Yes, hey, real quickly, can everybody hear me okay still? I think we're still good. Okay. So today is National Pumpkin Spice Day. Get this out. Tomorrow's the 5th is World Teachers Day. National Frappe Day on the 7th, National Sausage Pizza Day, English Language Day, Columbus Day on the 14th, Full Hunter's Moon on the 17th. Or you get the idea. Halloween. So these are just like fun dates that people might be curious about or interested in, especially the one today. So I would get this email out. So again, here's what we're going to do. I always recommend send test email. Let's send it and let's just take a look at it together, see what it looks like in an actual email. So here we go. I've got it in my email, in Gmail. I'm going to pull it over so you can take a look at this. Just give me a fun email. This isn't meant to generate leads per se. This is just meant to connect you with people, for people to just have a little bit of fun with you, a little bit of interest, right? Somebody in your database loves chocolate cupcakes, or they love candy corn, right? They all love pumpkin spice. Pumpkin spice is fun because they probably either hate it or they love it, but either way. And they know it's so awesome is when they get to the bottom and they see your listing lead gen signature. That just opened up for some reason, it popped it up on another browser. So there's the landing page off my signature. And let me bring that email back up. And I've also got my client review website automatically. And of course, that popped up on my other browser. So let's bring that over. And so if you haven't seen the client review websites, we can pull them from Testimonial Tree, Google, and Zillow. You can even add custom reviews. So if you got reviews on Facebook or Yelp, you can bring them in. And again, you can add a client review video to this website. And look at that domain you get. Scott Pierce. Now you won't get Scott Pierce. You'll get yourname.amazingclientreviews.com. I don't know if it gets any better than that, but if it does, let me know. So now any of these emails we can send out through Listings to Leads or our CRM. So if you want to send this out from Listings to Leads, select the email that you want it to go from. If you've got multiple in your account, you'll have them all here. Select the list you want to send this to. In this case, I would send this one out today to all my leads. and I would just either click send or schedule. So if I click send, that'll just send it right now, or I can click schedule. So you get your date and time there, and then it will send it out on that schedule. Alternatively, I can copy this into my CRM and send it out that way. So I will click copy code, go to my CRM, and I love it because in the mastermind group last week, somebody asked how to do this and they did it and they said it was the easiest thing ever. And then somebody else came in and said, yeah, it's so easy. All you do is navigate to your email, Line Desk. I'm not recommending Line Desk. I just show it so that you can see how it works in your CRM because they all work essentially the same. Line Desk is bulk actions, email contacts, and I'm going to touch base with 8,220 people with a fun email. And so here's the one thing that's a little bit different. You're going to, instead of typing in, you're going to click this button that says source, and this pop-up's going to come up. And that's where I'm going to put in all that stuff I copied from listings to leads. And in literally 12 seconds, I got an email pulled out of listings to leads. And then here I can either send this now or I can schedule it. I would also send to myself a test email from here just to make sure that nothing weird happened when you brought it in. I've never heard of any issues like that, but before I send something out, I always want to take one last look at it. So I would send a test email and then send it out. Get that email to your clients. So we've got 3 emails that I've reviewed already. I would send out 10 interesting dates on October 1st. And then I would maybe this afternoon or tomorrow morning, I'd probably do it a little bit later this afternoon. So they would get 2 emails today, but that's fine. I would send out this one to all of my seller leads. Again, that's the rates lowered, more buyers, time for sellers. All you got to do is click this and we just walk through, send yourself a test email, send it to your leads in L to L, or send it to your leads from your CRM. We got the second email or the other email here for the buyer leads. So again, you can just click and either take a look at it, edit it if needed, make sure you're good to go. Send a test email and either send it from listings to leads, schedule it from listings to leads, or copy the code and go to your CRM. Any questions on that? Amanda, as far as spam, you'd have to talk to your CRM. The emails out of our system are actually very good for delivery because we, as of yet, do not allow people to add in people, because that's where most CRMs get into problems, is they allow agents to upload lists. And a lot of times those lists will have, people that were not opted in. So you're sending cold emails out of a CRM, and over time, most CRMs will have the problem of deliverability because of that reason. We don't allow people to import contacts or leads from other sources at this point. We probably will at some point, and we'll try to make sure that we stay safe. But as of now, the deliverability from listings to leads is actually very high. But if you're having issues with your CRM or another email program, definitely get with them on that. And you're going to notice we keep things simple. So these emails from our system, even if you copy into your CRM, will probably get a better deliverability because we don't load them up with a ton of links and graphics. Sometimes you get these emails and they're a mile long. They got 15 images, 23 links, 10,000 words. It's almost like a magazine in an email format. You don't even know what the point of the email is. So we try to keep our emails short as possible. We try to take out every word we can, but to still have enough in there to engage and tell what we're trying to communicate. But I literally, when we did these emails, we cut and we cut and we're like, what words can we get out of here? Because I know when someone sees these emails, they're not waiting for me to email them so they can spend 10 minutes reading our email. If we're going to email people, we better get to the point and we better get there quick. And the bonus of that is it helps out with deliverability because you're not loading up the email with a bunch of stuff. that can get caught in the filters of these different email programs. Does that make sense for everybody? So the 3 emails that we've gone through so far, I would see about getting them all out today if possible. If not all out today, maybe pick your battle, either get the 2 out for the buyer and seller leads and then do the October one tomorrow, or vice versa. Now, there are very likely a lot of expired listings where you are at. And I'm going to show you how to create an expired landing page for your top sales area. Somebody give me a farm area. You don't have to say the state, but somebody give me a farm area that they would love to target for the expired listings there. Gordon, give me something. Amanda, I want to see something there. Robert, somebody. Awesome. Thank you, Robert. So check this out. Create landing page, add new, expired. And of course, he had to give me one that was not too bad. There we go. And when you do this, you don't need to put in the state. Everybody in this area knows where they live. So before I do anything, I can change the image, change the social media share image, all of the text. You can see everything is editable. But you're thinking, what are you talking about? Check out this landing page. Did not sell your McDonald. I get some McDonald. Did not sell your McDonald home. As an expert in real estate marketing, I would like to offer you a free review of how the following items could increase the market's perception of the value of your home. And again, everything on here is customizable. And what happens is people can select why they think their agent didn't get the home sold. There's the lead form, but now you got to get people to this page. So how do we get people to this page? Real quickly, I'm going to update that image. Just click upload image and maybe use a particular image of a property or of the area. So maybe I'll just use that image. I'm going to swap out that image, right? That default image that came with an image of my area. Let me give that a second here. Apologize for taking a little bit of time. And this is where I'll cue the music and do a little dance for everybody. What's going to happen is, obviously it's going to change the image, but I've already got the email that has already been created, a lot of other tools. But for our case here, this email we can send. Let me send it to myself. We'll take a quick look at it. You can edit it. So here's that email. And notice that domain, right? Notice this domain, McDonough.com. I'll send myself a test email because I want you to see. I know a lot of times people trip out because they see something being done like this and they go, you must have done something before this, because otherwise, how could all of this be automatically connected? But it is. Here, check this email. And then when people click the link, the landing page comes up. And of course, it came up on my other monitor, but check that out. Is that amazing or what? That is so powerful. So I want you, any expired in your area, create that landing page for the sales area. And then let me go back to that landing page, because we got the other tools here. And the other thing here is for the e-flyer, when you send it, no, it says e-flyer for database. You could send it to your database if you wanted to, which is not the end of the world. I say that just because I like the idea that homeowners in my area look at me as the expired listing expert. And they're not going to think that if I don't say it. And so when I'm out, and I covered this yesterday in the social media mastery, so we're not going to cover it here, but I did talk about, running an ad about expired listings. Because again, if there's a home, I looked at it this way. If there's a homeowner thinking about selling their home and they see my ad or my social media post about the fact that I help local homeowners that couldn't get their home sold by providing them a review, does that make sense? They may just come to me first Like that ad or that post, that email could not only get me connected to homeowners whose listings have expired or whose homes have expired, it could also connect me to homeowners that don't even want to get to that point. And they just come to me and say, listen, man, if you're the guy or if you're the girl, if you're the person that is the one to go help the homeowners that couldn't get their home sold, why wouldn't I just go to you first? So get the email out to the expired leads for sure, but you could also consider just sending it to your entire database. We also have a script. So after you send the email, especially on the one-on-ones, so if there's a new expired listing that came up in my area, if I can get the email from a program like My Plus Leads, from Redx, from Prospect Boss, where I think all these programs, you can get that data. And so I got the property address, I got the name, I got the phone number. They scrub it against the DNC, so I know if I can call it or not. I've got an email address, so I can get this email to them, and then I can call them up. Here's my script, which is absolutely brilliant. I would leave that as a voicemail. And real quickly, but again, I'm not going to cover this because we got other things to do. For the expired, we got the print flyers, we got the postcards and door hangers, and these images will all be updated with that new image. It cycles through and it'll go populate. You got a QR code. So you got an entire marketing suite to go after expireds with. Now, I've got one more expired thing for you. And let me show you, if you haven't seen this yet, who has seen the new, it just went live on Monday, the complete marketing plan to get your expired home sold. That home you're looking at is a specific home that is expired. And I added it to Listings to Leads, and we created a 26-page branded to you, prepared for Eric Braden at 546 Bel Air Lane in Folsom, California. This is a custom expired marketing plan. You can print whatever pages you want. You could email it to them. And that's what I'm going to recommend as my second email. If you got an expired listing in your area that it's a great listing, it's in a great location, it's something that you want your name on, come into Listings to Leads, click Add Listing, Manual, and you're going to see here, there's a drop-down right at the top. Expired. Boom. Put their name, email, phone number if you got it, check include. All you have to do, put in the street, city, state, zip code. If you want to use Google Street View, you could for the image of the property. I would go take one. I would go take a picture of that property. Doesn't have to be professional, but I want it to be nice. Probably do it in the evening when the sun's just nice. I don't want it to be blown out and so bright. On the evening, after when the sun's getting ready to set, go take a photo of that property, load it up. So just click Save and Add Photo, add the photo. When you add the listing, it's going to look like this. So let me show you what happens after you add that expired listing. And you can do the same for FSBO. In fact, the FSBO is even more impressive, believe it or not. And let me find expired. Why don't I have an image? So let me see if I can upload an image. Oh, there we go. Save it. So let me back up. I'll show you again. So when you got your expired listing here, click the address and you're going to see a button, Download Listing Presentation. Click that button and the listing presentation will download. Every image in that listing presentation will have a picture of that house. So when it's the Facebook ad, the Facebook post, the e-flyer, the nearby homeowner letter, the door hanger, the listing flyers, all of those examples in that 26-page presentation will have their home on it. And when you go to page 14 or 15 for mobile marketing, what I recommend is, in fact, let me bring that back up again. And let's see, there we go. So if I go to page 15, if anybody wants to on this call right now, scan that QR code, because this is where the magic happens. When you get to page 15, whether you're in a regular listing presentation or an expired presentation like this, when they scan that QR code, in fact, let me do it. I love scanning that QR code, because when I do, anybody want to say what happens when you scan the QR code? Anybody do it yet? My 100% home marketing plan came up. The single property website will come up. I think I printed this a couple of days ago, but the single property website will come up, and it's going to look awesome. It's going to look amazing. When they're looking at their home on their phone, it is so powerful. You can ask for the listing agreement to get signed right there most of the time. So for the expireds in the area, create the landing page, and you'll get the email will be ready to go right away. So that's one way. And that's like your general expired marketing. And then the other way is when you've got a specific expired that you just want that one. I would, like I said, go take a photo of the property, come into this. And I've already seen people. I've got one agent, top agent today. She has already added 2 expires to her account to go give that presentation to. So this thing just went live on Monday. She's already out using this. So print it. Now, if you got their email address, you could email them that as an attachment, right? You could print it up. For example, when you go to print it, you'll have the option to print selected pages. Maybe just print the first 4 pages, bind it and drop it off, and just let them know the entire presentation is 26 pages. And if they'd like to see all of it, to please text or email you, and you can send it over to them. You imagine how powerful that's going to be for you with all those expireds in your area. In fact, let me see. We're going live with the same thing for FSBO as well. So let me see if that got live yet. We'll do a real time. So I got a FSBO somewhere. So for sale by owner, marketing tools, and not yet. Okay. So pretty soon we're going to have the same thing for FSBO. So if you've got a FSBO homeowner that will take time to talk to you, or that you just want to do a similar kind of a deal for, you'll be able to do that pretty soon as well. So that's very exciting. I can't wait to get that done. So let's go through. What have we done so far? We did the seller leads. So we did rates lowered, more buyers, time for sellers. We did buyer leads, right? Rates lowered, more affordable homes, time for buyers. We did the expired listings. So we talked through 2 emails on that one off the landing page and one off the creating a specific listing presentation for a specific expired property. We talked about when you have a listing presentation. Oh no, I didn't do that one yet. There we go. This is another great one. If you got a listing presentation coming up, first of all, add it to listings to leads, because we're going to create that listing presentation packet for you. Just like expired, go to manual, and under status, scroll up and go to listing presentation. Boom. Again, just add the seller's name and information. You're going to add the street address, city, state, zip code. For the property description, you can just put TBD, coming soon. Or if you want to, you could write up a description, right? Use ChatGPT, write up a great description, save and add photos, add the photo of the property. Again, similar to the expired, I want this to be a good experience. I want to be proud and excited when that homeowner sees this. So while I could use Google Street View and have a very vanilla looking presentation, again, I'm going to go out right around, depending on the time of year, like right now when it gets dark at 7:30, 5:36, when there's indirect light and it's not blowing out the entire image, I would go take a picture of that the home that I've got the listing presentation scheduled for, add it here, and then you will see when that listing is added or when that home is added, as status listing presentation. For example, 1200 Riley Street in Folsom, their status listing presentation. All you have to do is click market listing. Again, I can download the listing presentation, and every image, every example on all 26 pages are going to be of that property. And here's the email. So in this email, let me bring it up, make it a little easier for all of us to read. So this email: hello, Robert. I am meeting with a local homeowner today who is thinking about selling their home. Let me know if you are interested in getting more info on it when available. They may be interested in doing a private sale. If you're already on my VIP list, you'll get this information automatically. Thanks. So again, I can edit it as needed. I can send myself a test email, and I can either send or I can copy the code and go into Lion Desk, Follow a Boss, Lofty, Sierra Interactive, whatever I'm using, and send it to my buyer, all my leads that way. So this is a great email to send. And then that way, when you're in the listing presentation, if it's appropriate and you feel like, hey, this would be a great thing to talk about, you can let them know, hey, I sent an email to 500 people in my database. About 46 of them are interested in this area. And I got 6 people who replied back that they would like to get more information if it becomes available, or if I list the house. That makes sense? So it is a phenomenal way to connect with your leads in your database, to let them know, hey, I'm bringing you things that are not even available in the open market yet. So that messaging is more powerful than just getting people to reply back. Now, I want people to reply back. I want people to say, yes, I would like to get more information, because that's just exciting. And that way, when I'm talking to the homeowner, I can relay some of that to them. But what it's also doing, even for the people that don't reply back, is it's letting them know, hey, I have access to things that other people don't. And if you want to get some of the things, to see some of the homes possibly that you wouldn't see from anybody else, I'm the person to come through. When you've got a listing presentation coming up, don't sleep on it, because there are a lot of ways to leverage that listing presentation even before you get there. Wow. Everybody excited? Come on. How many great emails? And we haven't even covered the standard emails that we normally do. So everybody give me a thumbs up, give me a yes, give me a I get it. And let me know if there's any of these 5 that you want to talk about. Any questions on any of these? So I am going to go through the standard emails that we have, because those are emails that we love, that are awesome. But I wanted to make sure that we got through these 5 first. And again, I would either send out the top 10 interesting dates right now, because it's a little bit of fun. And in fact, I would probably do that first. And then I would wait 2 to 3 hours and send out the next one, because that way they see my first email, and it's pumpkin spice lattes, it's the full moon, it's Halloween. We're just having a little bit of fun here. And then they're going to get my other email. That's boom. Hey, you know what? If you've been thinking about selling for the last 2 years, but you couldn't because you're upside down, or there were not enough buyers because rates were so high, rates have been lowered. There's more buyers, or buyers will find the homes more affordable. So before the flood of listings come onto the market, when people finally realize that now might be a good time to think about selling your home, let's get going on that sooner than later, so that we can take advantage of the rates before other people do. Again, we got the one for the buyers. So if your market, this is appropriate for the buyers, get this to your buyers so that they want to work with you and not another agent. I got an email this morning, very similar. In fact, let me bring it up on my phone. I know similar to this one, but it was so overloaded with so much stuff that A, I'm sure it got caught in a lot of spam filters. And B, when you got to take 30 to 60 seconds to try and figure out, is this for me, or what's the point here? You just lose people. So someone says, Kim, you are the best. So Kim said, wouldn't those emails actually make great social media posts? And Kim, You are exactly right. And so I'm going to show you how to do that. And I thank you for even asking the question, because I've already done that with pretty much all of these. And why I didn't bring them up, because it's database mastery, so I wasn't really thinking that way. But Kim, you're my all-star for the day. So let me show you. If I wanted to take this and make a social media post, right? So the rates lowered, more buyers. There you go. So if I want to take this and make it into a social media post, check it out. I'm just going to just copy the email, right? Super easy. Social media. I'll go to the mastermind group, drop it in as a post. And then I'm going to go back into listings to leads. Now I want to get that image, and I wonder, there might be a better way to do this, but I think this way will work. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go to that landing page and just save the image and then use the image in social media. We're just going to save an image and then upload it. Go to more tools and the agent listing website. Just open it up, click the view button. And so this image right here is what I want. And you see, there's my picture, right? There's my name in there. I'm just going to right click and save image, market home banner. I'll just say 100 point marketing social image. I'm just going to save it to my desktop, save it wherever you want. Obviously, use a custom image, use Canva. So that's just the text from my email. Upload a photo or video. So I'm going to just upload that image, right, that I just saved right there. Boom. I just right click on the landing page. And then the last thing is I will include the link to that same page, right? Because this is where I want to drive people to, right? So we want to drive them to our agent website. So I'll just drop that link. I will put that link right there. And I'm also going to put it at the bottom. It's up to you, but I like to try to make sure the link is above the fold and then at the bottom. For a post like that, especially where it's to consumers and to the average person, and then I'll come back and I'll look and I'll just make sure that you can see that link right here. So that way people click the link, boom. And you can even do this as an ad. You can create a custom ad in Listings to Leads. You could, in fact, last week we dropped this on the nearby homeowner letter and use it in the nearby homeowner letter. Let me see if I've got, I don't think I have an example. Let me see here if I got it. Nope. So anyway, the social media mastery, I don't know if I showed how to do a custom ad in there, but I'll point you in the right direction here. If you go to ads, and it would be the same image, the same link, and the same text. You could do a Google ad, custom. You could do a Facebook ad, custom. And I would just call it lower rates, more buyers, or sellers. And this way, I can see the subject line in my emails and my ads. I'll know what it was for. So I could even do lead ads. And that way, you get their name, email, phone number, and selling time frame before they even get to the landing page. And at least in Listings to Leads, what will happen is if they go from the ad to the landing page and then fill out the landing page, it'll be merged in Listings to Leads. So we won't create two records of the same lead. We'll take the records and merge them together. And so here you can just see, as a custom ad, drop in your link. So the same link that was in the email, the same link we used in the post, click fetch, and this will bring in all the wrong information for what we want. Brought in the right image, but it may not for you, because I've done this before, so I'll show you how to fix that. But just work your way down the left side, swap out that text with the text from the email, And let me see if I can find it. I'll just cut it. I'll just get it from here. So I'm grabbing from the post and I'm going to drop it in the primary text box for my ad. There we go. Since it's an ad, I don't need the links in the posts, right? Because in an ad, that image will link automatically to that link we put above. So just make all this look nice. I'm going to space out a little bit, add a couple of emojis. Here we go. How I use emojis in an ad typically is when I would have bolded the line in an email. I like to use bold to draw the eye very sparingly, right? Don't overdo it, because if it's too much bold, then you ruin the effect of just a couple of things you want to do bold. But here I'm going to actually do 3. And then the click below, I'll just put, so there we go. Look at that awesome ad. It's a little bit on the long side. This is a content ad in the sense of it's not like just get your home value or whatever it is. It's a little bit longer than I like, but it's very compelling, right? This is not a standard listing ad or something like that. This is something happened in the world, and we are now conveying that. We're giving a little bit of meat on the bone with it. So we don't want it to be too short. In this case, a little bit longer is just fine. I can edit the headline description. I'll just add my location, lifetime budget of 50. That's what we default to for sellers, but obviously I can change it. I got my start and end date. I can change the image here. If that image does not show up for you, click change image, type in 100 into the search box, and there's the image right there. And it should have your colors, whatever your brand colors are, that will be there. And lastly, if you want to retarget, you could. I can add my seller audience here. And again, custom audience is a little bit hit or miss. If you try a custom audience and it doesn't work, then just rerun the ad to your location. And lastly, here, a couple more things. The autoresponder. If you want to include the autoresponder, you can do that. And I got advanced options. Boom, click publish. Oh, I'll turn that off. Click publish. And that's how easy it is to do. That's how easy it is to take an email and drop it into a post, drop it into an ad. It's literally that easy. Just copy and paste it into the sections. Any questions on anything that we've covered so far? We got about 5 more minutes. I am going to show you 2 more emails. Just real quickly. One is for your listings. I want you to make sure that you understand that the e-flyers for your database are designed to help get, especially those people that are buying that also want to sell their property. Let me show you what I mean. This email, notice it's got all the great information about the listing, 5 photos. When you click the photo, it goes to the single property website. When you click the link, it goes to the single property website like this, where there's phenomenal lead capture, first of all. All right, so great engagement here. But notice the bottom of this, right? We're engaging homeowners. So if you got someone that is looking to buy a property that is also thinking about, so that may need to sell their home, this email is going to help you convert more of those people. We walk through, you can send it through listings to leads. You can copy the code, drop it into your CRM, send a test email, of course, to make sure that you're good to go. And back on the dashboard, let me just close a few of these things. Back on the dashboard here, again, pending and sold. This is another, right? We want to make sure that we are talking to our audience about the fact that listings are going into contract, listings are going sold every week. I'm telling you, I'm sure a lot of you are not listening to me on this one. If you did, and you will, and you do it, your business is going to grow. Marketing a pending or sold listing every week across social media, your database, and your farm once a month is one of the best ways to get more listings. The cost per lead for marketing, the cost per seller lead, right? When you market a pending or sold listing is literally the best quality for the price. It really is. So if you wanted to really go after listings and get more listings, this is what you want to be doing every single week. So make sure you watch our social media mastery class because we covered that in depth. And then the last email before I let everybody go, not that you need any more emails, but I just want to show you so that when it is appropriate, all the PDF guides have emails and they are so good. They get great engagement. For example, 25 factors that impact your home value, marketing tools. And then here we go. E-Flyer for your database. And what I always recommend is emailing this to in this case, all of my seller leads, and then the database call script. So every single email we have talked about today, when you send it out to your database, whether it's your seller leads, your buyer leads, a specific contact list, your database better than I do. But as you get this out to the entire contact list that you're sending to, call through and use the scripts that we've got for you. So now all those emails the first 3 emails that we talked about, 10 interesting dates, I wouldn't worry about that one, but I'm talking about those other 2, the lower rates, time for sellers, lower rates, time for buyers. After you send those out to your list, call through 4 or 5 of your top leads, right? Call through 4 or 5 of your top seller leads, essentially just rephrase the email in both cases. Have that conversation, because for those people, when they see your email and then they hear your voice, the likelihood of connection, of engagement increases dramatically. The other thing I would do is I would always watch my emails on a daily basis, look at who's been opening them. So maybe in the mid-afternoon, look at my database, look at my emails that I sent. And if I had any that have been opened in the last few hours, I might just call those leads up. I'm not going to let them know I know they opened up the email, but if I saw one of my leads open my email and maybe even click the link, especially if they click the link, I'm going to call them up. I'm not going to mention I saw that they did that. I'm just going to say, hey, John, this is Scott. And I sent you an email this morning regarding the fact that because of rates being lowered and homes becoming more affordable, now might be a great time to list your home for sale, because as time goes on and as more listings come onto market, that could depress home prices again. And so if you're thinking about selling anytime in the last 2 years or anytime in the next year, now would be a great time to look at it again. Everybody see how that works? So let the email hit the entire list, but then always get it in your mind to try to call 4 or 5 of those people. And here's the other benefit to you. You're going to get better at talking. You're going to get better at communicating these messages so that when you're out and about just regularly talking to people, you're going to have better conversations then as well. Imagine being able to go to an open house and have some phenomenal conversations with people because you've had phenomenal conversations through the week that you can share with people at the open house, whether it's the nearby neighbors, the public one on the weekend, what have you. So everybody, with that, it is now 10 o'clock California time, Pacific Daylight. Any last minute questions before we go? This will be up on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/listings to leads. And give me 1 more minute, if you don't mind. I want to show you what I think is exciting. Not exciting, but you'll see in a second. And I'm going to recommend that you follow us here. I would like it if all of you would go here and comment and share our shorts. In fact, let me just bring this over. So on YouTube and Instagram, we are putting 1-minute videos every day. And this one is, I believe, the top 7 ways for agents to get listings after the open house is over with. So would love for you to click on that link, like the video. If you want to leave a comment and share it, that'd be awesome as well. You can also find the same videos at Instagram. So if you're on Instagram more, go to the Listings to Leads channel and check out these videos. So they're a minute long. I cover the topic a little bit, show you what's going on, direct you to where to go to for more information. And I think you're going to learn. Today's video is going to be a great one. I'm going to talk about the expired marketing plan that you actually already saw, but every day is going to be something different. And if you make sure to subscribe to watch these videos, because you're going to learn so much about listings to leads that I guarantee a lot of you had no clue we could do. So with that, have an awesome day. Get into the mastermind group. Let me know how you're doing. We'll talk to you soon.